Boom! All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? Welcome back to the Don't Be Sour show. Here with my beautiful bride. Is baby mama
No, I'm
derogatory for you?
No.
You can say that's fine. I'm gonna move this a little closer to you.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, it's just real low. But this now I know why Christian is slumped in this this couch.
Yeah.
Because it's so low.
How are you?
Pregnant
AF. Yeah. So we're having a baby.
We are having a baby.
I'm assuming that most people watch the vlogs, but in case you don't, you just watch the pod. This is my wife.
Hi everybody, I'm Taylor Tuning, and I am currently 16 weeks pregnant.
And this is our other doggo, Dolly. First time she's on the podcast.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm trying to get stickers out of her. She has them all over.
The last time we did a pod was right when we got married. So it's been 5 months. So, you know what's always kind of goofy, though? Is I'm going to sit here and talk to you for an hour about all the topics that we've essentially already talked about, in real life.
Yeah, but you have some new viewers, and they don't know who I am or know that I exist.
People love this pod.
People do love this pod.
They really love this pod.
They do. They do be loving this pod. I love this pod. I will not lie. Was it the last episode?
The one with Joe and Christian, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The first 10 minutes, I was giggling. When you were talking about your flag and your sash, I was like, oh man. And I knew Joe was going to come after you for it. And he was going to make a joke. I was cackling.
Yeah.
I always get my humor in. You guys always say the silliest things.
I feel like the pod is kind of like my YouTube videos where if nothing funny happens, I feel stressed out that people are going to be like, this wasn't good because it wasn't funny. But then every time something happens.
Something always happens.
It's kind of like I keep thinking I'm going to run out of YouTube content and then something
happens in our life.
And now it's like,
a truck, a baby, problems with the house.
Yeah, problems with the house never go away.
Never go away.
What's been happening over the past 5 months? So we've been married.
We got married.
What do you think has been different since we've been married? Now that we're a married couple.
I wouldn't really say anything's different. It's just more I feel like this is a question I get asked very often, and I feel like it's just more sense of security than anything. And it's not like security like we're doing better. It's I just feel more secure.
Like we bought more guns and stuff.
No, I feel more secure, and I feel like we've always been really happy, but it was just this cloud of love just over us, and it's just been really fun being your wife, and you can't go anywhere because I'll find you.
You know, it's crazy because it angers not so many people on the internet, but there's a certain group of people that continually watch you and I that don't like you and I.
Yeah.
You know, which I guess everyone has, but I think it angers that they're like, oh man, they're still happy. Damn it, no man, no, it's got to be a front. It's got to be a fraud.
I just think it's really crazy that people wish for the downfall of other people's happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I never in my life or in my mind am I wish those two weren't happy, or just wait, something's gonna happen, she's gonna do something or he's gonna do something, this is not gonna last that long. And Dolly has things to say about this too. She's like, I'm gonna
piss on this carpet.
No, she's like, I just want my parents happy. I just never understood it, and I don't understand it, and to each their own, and I just give those people grace.
You know what I think it is? I think that because Dolly, don't scratch this leather couch. What are you even thinking about? Don't be digging on this couch. Are you crazy?
Come here.
Oh my gosh. Just clawing at the couch. No. You know what I think it is because, a lot of people will be like, oh, the statistics of, divorce, or the statistics of this and that, or and so the odds are against happy healthy relationships.
Yeah.
But I think it's so interesting because,
but I don't think it's shown either on socials anymore, happy relationships. I think divorce and hardships through relationships are what are really prominent online.
Yeah. I think people just assume that every relationship is going to end. If two people, especially if they're on social media, right? So if two people get together it's for these reasons that they're not mentioning. And if they're like been dating for a while, it's like, oh, this person, I can tell by the way this guy looks at her or she looks at him, they secretly hate each other.
Yeah.
And then they get married, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I bet this is going to end in a bit. But these are the same people. I like to use this little analogy because this is what I envision our future to be. But it's like, it's wild how the world has made it so that people who actually stay together for a long period of time, it's like an anomaly. It's like seeing Bigfoot. When you go to weddings.
My parents,
they're
39 years this year.
I don't know if a lot of people know that,
That's crazy.
your family dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
Like your parents have been together for almost 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
And like your entire family hangs out together on a regular basis.
Yeah, we're always together. We're always doing things. We have like a group chat. We talk in like almost daily, I would say. We want to do everything together, and like our family is very family oriented. So when my niece and nephew have games or sports or something or birthday parties, we're always there. Like every holiday, we're together. Like we want to spend as much time with our family as possible, just because we're family.
Yeah, and that's what like
I was raised that way.
I had never seen that, right? And then when when I start going down the rabbit hole when I first started dating you, and people are just assuming that like, oh, he met a girl while he's successful, means she only likes him because he's successful. And I was like, you don't understand. I was like, she's from like a healthy, happy family, which is like not usually. It's always.
I mean, I'm not going to say that we're healthy, happy all the time.
Oh yeah,
we are crazy.
You are.
We have our moments. Like we're a normal family. Like we all have issues. Like we all have our drama. We all fight. We all bicker. You've seen it. You've seen it with me and my mom. Like it's a normal family, but like at the end of the day, like we don't allow those situations to like come between like the family. Like we work that shit out, and we love each other no matter what. Like even if I'm mad at my sister, or my brother's mad at me or my sister, like, and something happens, he will still be there to like pick us up at the end of the day.
It's really cool to see because I don't see it that often, right?
Yeah.
Like families
They love
all
you.
united, and I love them as well. And what I was kind of getting at was like when you go to weddings and they do that thing where like, all right, if you've been married at least 5 years, stay on the dance floor, or 10 years, stay on the dance floor, and like people start dwindling away, and then it gets to like the 25 and 30, and there's like only a couple couples, and they're older, and like everyone like applauds, right? Because everyone's basically like, oh my gosh, like you did it against all odds, and maybe it's not been perfect, but like it's, oh my God, it's a couple that's been together for like a long time, and they're still together. That's so crazy. And then the vindictive people are probably like, well, that's because they probably cheat on each other all the time.
Yeah. They're probably not actually happy.
Yeah. I hate how society has made it that if people are happy together, that something is wrong, and it's time bomb.
It's not true, yeah.
It's going to end badly at some point.
It was, that Mike Thurston's podcast with that woman that we were watching, and I do like her a lot, but she's like,
Sadia Khan.
Yeah, and she was saying something about like couples online that like just show happy moments. Like that's not true. Like that's not always how it is. And I'm like, we don't share any of like we don't ever really fight, but we have our moments of like disagreement with each other. We never yell at each other or argue with one another, but like. We are a genuinely happy couple, and it's like I think what's important to us is like loyalty, obviously number one, and respect is number one, but like communication those would be like our top 3 pillars for like success in our relationship.
Yeah, I think it's just people just want to see the demise, and I think it's a lot of like maybe stems inside of them because they just look at it. It's like, oh, they're still happy. That's because they're just in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
This is going to end. But I've been dealing with this, and I can't wait to prove everyone wrong. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to be like the 1% of people that make it, that are on the dance floor. And even like, I've been getting this my whole life. Like when I started even sour strips, people are like, stupid idea. This will never take off. Oh, this happened. Oh, he, has so much inventory in his warehouse. It's because he's not selling it. Like the downfall, right? And then it's like, all right, so what do you say when I sold it to her? What do you say now? And they're like, he probably sold it because he couldn't handle it.
But the thing is,
it's like, just be happy for people.
Yes, but people are always going to have comments, and like I'm sure this is going to go on Reddit that we're talking about this. But
oh yeah, for sure. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Basement dwellers.
We love you guys. Hope everything's well. Praying for you. Giving you guys some grace. But I feel like and I said this to you the other day, like, those kind of people are not people that I have in my circle, or not people I would surround myself with in any kind of form or fashion. Like, it just, those aren't the people that are good people. And it's not that they're good people, but like, they probably don't have something going on in their lives that makes them as happy as we are, and they don't understand it. And, you know, I was just saying this to like Eric and like my friend the other day, and I was like, you know, I've never been hated on online by somebody that's doing what I've done or is doing better than me.
Yeah, that's like a big thing.
They've like, I've never have I ever experienced that. And it's like, people are going to comment these horrible things and say like, oh, that's a stupid idea. I'm like, but if you were in my shoes and this was your life, like, you would take the same chances, you would take the same risks, you'd be doing the same thing I'm doing, because if you didn't take those chances, if you didn't take those risks, you wouldn't be here today. You wouldn't be doing what you're doing now. You wouldn't be in this relationship. Like, everything you've done takes risk. And for them to say it's stupid is just stupid.
And it's like, you got to take a risk on a relationship. And yes, there's the chance that it doesn't work out. But if you go in assuming that it's going to end and keep putting up these walls rather than opening up your whole heart and like mind and soul to that person, then, because if you look at it like, oh, they got married, it's definitely going to end in divorce, all these things that then you should just stay alone and never talk to anyone for your entire life, because there's no point. But you should die alone.
I never went into any relationship, like I told you, like when we first started dating, like I only date people to get married. Like, if I don't see a relationship with you at the end, I won't go on a date with you. I won't try to figure out like if it's going to be worth it. Like,
you hear that? She wanted to marry me as soon as we went on a date.
Well, that's not... Yes and no.
She actually asked me, we had a couple margaritas, and she's like, will you marry? And I said, Taylor, I barely know you, okay?
Okay.
Let's get at least 2 more margaritas, and then maybe.
Okay. Sure. But no, I just like, you shouldn't go into anything looking for it to end, or that there's going to be an ending to any situation. Like, you just need to go in like being happy, wanting the best, and like hoping for the best. Like, when we went into our marriage, like, I wasn't planning for our divorce. I'm not planning for our divorce or like parting, of like us not being together ever again. Like, no, like, I'm planning for our future and our kids and like our life together, and like what that's gonna look like, how we're gonna build and grow as a family, and like what's the next steps for us as a couple, because it's no longer just one person, it's 2. Like, you have to think about both of us in the situation, and now we have another, so we think about all 3.
I like to think of it like we got married at more specific points in our life where I think we were like ready, at least. I mean, from my perspective, we'd
been through life.
Yeah, we've been through life. I've seen what the other side is of being. Was that dude?
That was dude.
Oh my God, dude just groaned. I don't even know if you could hear that. You know, it's like, I've been single. I know what single's like for a long time. I know what it's like to be by myself. So I wasn't like I was jumping from relationship to relationship.
But I'm happy you did that. I'm happy you got to experience that. Like, you went through your party phase, you went through your club phase, you went through like your bachelor phase. Like, I'm glad that you did that, because you got it, not that you got it out of your system, but like, you got to experience that part of life. And like, not that you were settling, but you were ready to settle down and like focus on like one person and a family.
Yeah, just at a different point in my life. And I mean, I'm older and I'm 35.
You
like,
understand more.
Yeah, it's like I'm totally at the point in my life where I was like, especially when I'm meeting you, is like, getting married is the right next step, and I'm ready, and I'm excited to do it.
Well, I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad. Pound it. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this Potter. We're pregnant. You're pregnant. I'm not pregnant.
Well, we're pregnant together, but
after I eat this pizza tonight, I'm going to be pregnant.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. How did this happen, Taylor?
Well, when a man loves a woman, I knew you. I told Landry, I was like, he's going to ask me like, so how did this happen? I'm like, well, I would hope people know how pregnancy happens, but we've been trying. Honestly, we started trying before the wedding.
Don't tell people that the week.
No.
2 weeks.
No.
Yes.
No.
What are you talking about?
It was the last week of September, because I thought it was.
Okay, 3 weeks before the wedding. 6 years before the wedding, okay?
I didn't even know you then. No, so we've been trying, and we just like, it was really frustrating for me because I was like,
Yeah.
I thought, and I don't know why, I think this was very naive of me to think like, oh, I've never been on birth control. Like I'm very healthy. Like I'm not very young, but I'm 28. Like I'm a younger candidate.
You are very young.
I am. Thank you. I'm a younger candidate, like to get pregnant.
Candidate?
Like a woman. Like I don't.
Okay.
Leave me alone. I'm pregnant. My brain's not functioning.
Okay. You're the right candidate. You were selected to be pregnant. What is it? It's like, God, what's it in the Hunger Games? It's like,
you're chosen.
What is going on with you?
It's really funny.
Did one of those drinks have some like THC in it or something?
No,
what is going?
I can't have that. I'm pregnant. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was funny. No. So I just like, not that I gave up, but I was just like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen. And
right.
Obviously we kept trying, like, and then literally we got Dolly, and I think it was literally the day after that
So it's December.
And I remember the first week that we got Dolly, and I was like, honestly, I think we should wait to have kids. I was like, it's like, she's a lot, like, and I didn't realize, because like this was truly like my first like puppy like experience, and I was like, maybe we should wait. And then there was no waiting, because like just a few short days after that I found out.
Yeah, and
I found it pretty early though too.
You were really stressed because every month you would take pregnancy tests,
Yeah.
and then you would get really upset.
I'd get in my head because I thought, I was like, oh, like I should be, like I was like, I'm really fertile, like I should just like be able to have a child, like it shouldn't like. And I have friends that like were like got pregnant at my wedding. They're like, it was the first try, like it was so easy. Like Rob and Linda, they were like, it was one try, it was so easy. And so I was like, in my mind I was like, oh, it's gonna be so easy for us to get pregnant. Like you've never been on anything, like I'm not on anything, like I was like, this is going to be super simple for us. Like, we're both very healthy people. Like, it should be like an easy situation.
But neither of us had like preemptively done. Well, I don't guess know why you would have, but like we didn't do
testing,
any fertility testing.
Not fertility testing, but yeah. So I just assumed that like it would be that simple for me.
I thought, yeah, because it's like you're kind of actively trying to ensure you don't get pregnant, and then
because my dream was to get pregnant the night of our wedding was like my dream. And then obviously, like I wanted to tell, like I had it, and I think I set myself up for failure with the expectations that I had of like it was going to be super easy for me. I was naive to like what everyone else was telling me, that it's like it takes a few months, like it's not as like easy as everyone says it is. And obviously, like we did get pregnant fairly quickly, obviously.
So yeah, 2 months, really?
2-3 months, yeah. And like we did, like it was quicker in that aspect, but in my mind I was like, oh, it's like turnkey, like no problems. And I wanted to tell everybody, like my big dream was to tell everybody at Christmas, like,
yes, that's what she was about. She was like,
I think that's what I was most upset about.
It's like, dang it, now we're gonna have to get them gifts.
No, but like I just like I had it in my head that I really wanted to like give this to our family, like our parents on Christmas, because they both have been like, when's the grandkids coming? When's the grandkids coming? And that was even before we were married. They were trying to get us to have children already, and I had it in my head that it was going to be this like specific way, and it wasn't. And so I was upset with myself because I was like it shouldn't be like this.
Now,
and I just let go and let God, and obviously now we're here.
Now walk the people through what went through your head when you finally found, because the way it works is like the girl finds out, and then they usually think of some cutesy way to tell the guy, right? So
that, or like I wanted to do it with you, but I just was like, I'll
hold the stick.
Yeah, no, that's gross. I would never let you in the bathroom while I'm in the bathroom. That's very strange.
Yeah. Do y'all pee? Do
you go potty in front of your partners?
Also, when y'all go to the bathroom, do you say, I need to go to Tingletown, or like I need to go tingle? Because me and Taylor were like, I need to tingle.
Yeah.
Should we tell people publicly that we do that? But like some people I know, they go to the bathroom, sometimes even the other bathroom you have to go to.
With the door open.
Oh yeah, they'll just like pee or
wild
go to
to me.
Absolutely not. And I know some people are like, "Ugh, you just got to get comfortable enough. After 10 years of marriage, you'll do it. No, I won't.
I understand I'm going to have to wipe his butt when he's older. I get it. And I'm going to push him around in his wheelchair. But I don't want to see it happen.
No.
I don't want to know that it's happening.
Absolutely not. Okay. So you the pregnancy.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
what goes through your head?
I originally took a pregnancy test on Christmas, remember? Because I was like really emotional. Something was off. I was like, I got upset about something that I like would never ever get upset about ever in my wildest dreams. And I was like, let me take a pregnancy test. I took a test on Christmas Day. It was negative. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not going to have a kid like I'm not pregnant yet. Like, we're not having a kid yet. And then a few days later, you were going to film a podcast with Joe and Christian. And my mom texted me and was like, you just don't seem right. Like, something's wrong with you. Like, you're being really hard on yourself and like getting depressed about like something that you personally can't control. And like, you need to enjoy these moments of you and Max, because it's never going to be just you and Max ever again. And like, obviously God is going to give you the perfect time to have your perfect baby. And I was like, okay. I was like, you're right. And then Max was like, I was like talking to Max and he's like, what's wrong? Like, you just like, something's wrong with you. And I was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I can't explain what I'm feeling, but like, I just don't feel right. Like, something doesn't feel right in me. Like, I just, like, I don't want to say I felt depressed, but it was like a wave of emotion that I think I'm a fairly happy person normally. So I was like, it was just like this kind of like wave of depression over me that I like couldn't explain. And so I was like, whatever. I was like, Max left. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take another pregnancy test just to see. And this was like 3 days later. It was the 28th. And I took it and it was positive.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Curtains opened up. It's like, Taylor.
Yeah.
Ginny.
And like, I have so many videos of me like recording. Like, so I had my reaction of like when I found out I was pregnant. And I have so many that were like fails, obviously. And so like when I had this one, like I just like immediately started bawling. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna have a baby, like I'm pregnant, like. And it was like this wave of excitement, and like I was also scared because I was like, oh my gosh, like now, like this is like an unknown for me, like what's next, like what do we do now?
Immediately or like, oh, I need to take 2 more to make sure it wasn't like a false positive?
No, I only took that one because I didn't have any other tests with me because I'd used it.
Turns out it was right.
I didn't have any tests because I used the other one during Christmas. And then I went to Pilates, and then I went to Target after, and I took like 6 tests, and like they were all like positive. And I found out at 3.5 weeks. I found out fairly early.
Wait, so you took the first one as positive, then you went and did some stuff in the day?
Yeah, I went to
when you were doing Pilates, just were you thinking the whole time?
Yeah, I had Pilates with Heidi.
Oh.
And I like was thinking the whole time, and I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, I need to like, after that I like went and got tests and like took a ton of tests. And like wanted to find out, like, and then they like immediately were pregnant.
Let me ask, when you ring up a bunch of pregnancy tests, do you like get a random snacks and throw it in there, or you did the self checkout?
Self checkout.
I was like, if you went to the person, be like, well, nothing to see, just like
no,
12 tests.
I took them, and then
like, trust me, I'm married to him. Don't worry.
I also have a ring on my finger, so it's fine. I took the test, and then I went and bought the shoes and like some other stuff, obviously, to tell you that I was pregnant. And so then I came home, and that's when I told you.
Yeah. And then
I was going to try to like think of some like big grand way to do it, but I was like, I can't hold this in. Like, I need to tell him now kind of situation.
Well, you're going to have to hold it in for like 9 months. When I got home, she was vlogging. She's starting her.
I started my vlog.
Trying her hand at vlogging. So she made one, and then she got pregnant, and then kind of got
I got exhausted, and I also was like, I can't vlog because I like quit social media for like 2 months.
Yeah, you did.
Because I was like, everyone's gonna know I'm pregnant.
So I get home, and we're gonna go to the. I was planning on going to the gym, and I'm talking, and she's got Chick-fil-A for us, and then she is showing the camera what she had. So I'm obviously like, oh, okay, I guess I'll show what I get too. And she slides me the Chick-fil-A box, and I open the box, and there's little baby boots in there and a little pregnancy test. And at first I was like, where's my sandwich? How'd they screw this up? This isn't my sandwich. And I was just, I was lost for words. I mean,
yeah.
I put the clip on my YouTube channel, but it was yeah, like I mean, so far, like the single, well, it was one of the greatest moments of my life. I mean, it was
you're allowed to say that was the happiest moment of your life.
It was the most. There's 2 times that I've been completely surprised with Taylor. I mean, 3 times. One, seeing your dress and everything was
for the wedding,
walking down the aisle. So that was just like my surprise. I was like, I've never done this before. 2, was she surprised me the first year that we were together.
Your birthday.
For my birthday, she actually threw this surprise party at the house and had
everybody,
every single one of our friends, and like was catered at a margarita machine. And I
tried to get Daryl there, and Anzi.
And I had no idea. And I'm usually someone that like, you can't actually surprise someone. But I walked into this like 50 people at our house, and I was like, oh my gosh.
He almost ruined that party too.
Well, yeah, I was trying to come in. Well, you can't plan.
I had Chase. Like Chase just
that's the thing about surprise parties.
Day.
That's why it's hard to like throw surprise parties, because like you like can't throw someone's off like normal schedule. Then they're like, why are you trying to do this?
And it was your house. Like I hadn't moved in yet either.
That was one of the early signs that I was like, this is a keeper. But then the final one was like actual surprise was the pregnancy thing, because I had no idea. So I knew we were trying. I knew you were like getting upset about, getting sad.
And I had just told you that I took a test on Christmas and it was negative.
Yeah. So I was completely thrown off. And when I saw it, at first my brain was just going a million miles an hour, just processing what happened. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the moment. Mm-hmm. And then my raw emotions are on there, and it was.
Yeah. And for those asking, no, it was not staged.
People said it was staged?
Yeah, people were like, that
I'd be a good actor.
I know.
I'd be a great actor.
People were like, it was staged. There was a sonogram behind them. That is Sophia.
Yeah,
that's our niece, Sophia. That is their ultrasound when they surprised us and told us that they were pregnant. So now our baby's up there, their baby's up there. I need to get one of Dean. And then all of our friends' other babies when they come.
Yeah, after that clip, though, then I was like, I think I can act a little bit more surprised. We filmed a couple more, but I ended up using the first one.
That's not true, because I filmed it.
Okay, so we get pregnant. Now, from a woman's perspective, right when you get pregnant, like what goes through your head in terms of like, now I need to change this immediately
My brain completely flipped of like taking care of myself even more than I already did, of like making sure I'm eating the right things, making sure I'm getting enough nutrients, enough water, like the products I used, I stopped doing that. I was supposed to get my Botox done. Like the day I found out, the next day I was literally supposed to go get Botox, and I didn't. And I probably could have, but I didn't do it because I was like, not going to risk it. And I miss it, let me tell you.
Does the Botox go to the baby?
They don't have enough research to understand or know.
The baby comes out
like what could happen. So like they just say it's better to not do it, but there's not enough research shown to like know what would actually happen if you got Botox while pregnant. But I mean, there's people do other things while being pregnant. And
how would Botox that stays exactly where you injected into your forehead
if it somehow like gets into your bloodstream somehow, some way?
I feel like you'd have other things to worry about if Botox got in your bloodstream. Is that good to have in your bloodstream in general?
Probably not.
You started taking prenatal vitamins?
Prenatals. I changed a lot of stuff.
How did you decide, like what brand did you end up, like, how
I did a lot
decide?
of research. I just researched which ones were the best, and then
what were the best, like which one?
The brand's called Parallel, and it's just like a bunch of different vitamins, and it had like anti-nausea and different things that like helped, and like magnesium and different things that were good for a pregnant woman. And I liked it because they had a lot of research and science behind it all. And then each pack, so like they had a pack for like just the first trimester, and they had a pack for like the second trimester and the third trimester. And
it's
then,
like dummy proof. It's like labeled. And
but like you could put in your symptoms of like things that like your experience or what you're going through, and like they'll customize basically the vitamins and everything you should be taking for that.
Did our parents take prenatal vitamins?
Yeah.
They've been around?
Yeah. Because my mom warned me, she's like, when you stop taking prenatals, your hair's going to fall out. And I said, over my dead body, is that going to happen to me?
Then we're going to go to Turkey. I'm going to get a hair transplant.
No, I'll just start taking Nutrafol again.
Okay, so you started taking all these prenatal vitamins.
Just a bunch of different vitamins, and like taking care of myself, like making sure I'm not eating anything I'm not supposed to. Like I had to cut out sushi,
salami,
turkey, like all my favorite things. Like
so no cold cuts,
no raw fish, certain cheeses, making sure that meat's all the way cooked through. I love a good rare steak. Couldn't do that anymore. I mean, I still probably will dabble in it, but like I'm not supposed to. Cheese was really hard for me because I love cheese.
Dang, okay.
Obviously no alcohol and like anything else like that.
No crack. Had to cut that back.
Yeah, sorry.
I just ate it all real fast. Do you eat crack? I don't know.
No. What is that?
How do you know that you don't eat crack?
I don't know.
Okay, I need to dive into your past. How soon after you became pregnant did you start feeling pregnant in terms of like, oh, I don't feel well? Or
I don't know if I want to say this on here with a bunch of guys.
I mean,
I knew pretty early because my boobs started getting huge.
Shut your ears, everyone.
That's like one of the first things that happened to me.
Okay.
Was like, I went from like, and I'm not going to lie, like I was very flat chested. I loved being like flat chested. I preferred the itty bitty committee. But the first
itty bitty titty committee.
Yeah.
That the itty bitty committee is a different committee.
Okay, sorry, my bad. I didn't know. The
IBTC.
Whatever. That thing. They like overnight. I thought that was going to give me away. That's like why I was wearing baggy sweatshirts all the time. Like I was covering up everything and I was like absolutely not. But I would say like not really feeling well started at like week 6. Like I started getting really tired, really nauseous. And like, it wasn't to this extent where like smells were bad, but as soon as I started like, I would say week 9, smells started affecting me. Like certain smells gave me like nausea immediately.
Yeah, I would just walk in the bedroom. She'd be like, "You're stinky. Get away from me."
That's not true. You smelled fine, which was good. I was really nervous about it. And then
you were nervous that you were gonna hate the way I smelled.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. It can happen that like the woman doesn't like the smell of your cologne, but I was fine with you.
Not my Chanel Blue.
Oh no, I liked it. Just not a lot of it, but
Correct.
I liked it. But then I started having like weird food aversions that I only wanted certain things. Honestly, when like my first few weeks of pregnancy with you, I was craving things that I'd never I craved, but like not really. Like I wanted a burger. My body was like, I'm anemic, so I was like craving like red meat. I wanted iron. I wanted steak. Like I needed like red meat. And it was like, I was like asking you every night. I was like, can you make me a steak? Can you make me a burger? Like, I don't like burgers. Like, I don't think I've ever been like, I want a burger. And I was like, I need a burger. Like, you need to make me a burger right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all I wanted. And then I really only wanted like super bland food for the first trimester. I didn't like anything. Like we stopped eating stir fry. I threw up our stir fry and that like was done for me in the book. I was like, I can't eat this for a while.
Yeah. No, I definitely noticed your like sickness throughout the first trimester. I would say from my perspective of your pregnancy, I tried to.
Did you think I was faking it?
No.
I felt like you thought I was faking it.
No, I did say, which was kind of like meant to be a joke, but I was kind of like, from a dude's perspective, you could, and I was like, not that you're gonna, but I was like, you could actually milk the pregnancy for 9 months and I'll help you and do everything, because from my big dumb man brain, I have no idea what you're going through. So anything you tell me that you're feeling, you don't feel well and you can't do this, got to do this, can we go do that? I'd be like, yes, because yeah. I'm just assuming that I have no idea what's going on. So I was like, not in a deceitful way, but I was kind of like, if I was you, I'd be just milking this.
But I didn't like that because I felt useless.
Yeah, no, you definitely.
I got in my head a lot.
Yeah, you were stressed out when you were taking a lot more naps. You're taking naps in the day. You were just like tired. So in the morning, you're always like, oh, let's go for a walk with the dogs. And then in the morning, I would just now I just kind of let you sleep because you need more rest. And like, yeah, you were definitely in your head, but I was trying to like, from my perspective, I was like, okay, how can I help her? I can't physically do anything.
You were really supportive. Like you've been so supportive throughout the whole thing too.
Well, I tried just to like, again, like help as much as I can. Right. And so, like I was like, okay, hey, just be more patient with her.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, I heard a lot, I read a lot of things and like watched videos of kind of like first time, like what to expect when you're you know,
Expecting?
wife or your baby mama. Yeah. And it was kind of like, hey, the emotions are it's going to be pregnancy brain, and she's going to like get emotional and get like maybe overreact about things. And like I experienced those.
Have I overreacted about things?
Yes.
A lot?
Not a lot, but like there was
that one time.
There was just definitely times where like you would get like random things would happen that really shouldn't result in any sort of like reaction that much. It's more like, okay, this sucks, let's move on. But you would like fixate on these things.
My salad.
Well, you would just like things would happen to us, to you, and it would like just like things would make you like really like sad or like flustered or upset. And I was kind of like, sweetie, it's not that big of a deal.
It wasn't like
and
me. I could cry right now thinking about it.
Yeah, and you were just like so upset, or like you just get agitated. And I tried to just be like, this isn't the Taylor. This is pregnancy Taylor. This is a different version of Taylor.
And I like feel bad because I'm like, I can't help it. Like I'm trying, but like I can't. Like it's like, that's not me. Like if I get upset about something, like when I would like get upset or just not disappointed, like I guess disappointed in something, it was like, that was just like my emotion. And I was like, I can't control it. Like as much as I tried to control it, I can't. And it was like, it was hard on me because I was like, I don't mean to be this way, but it's like, I can't help it.
No, I think it's been pretty good. I think in terms of how like the pregnancy has affected our relationship, I think it's making me more attentive to like your needs, I guess, like more than I hopefully already like try to do, of like, okay, let me pick up some slack here, or like, you know, go out of my way to like show that I'm thinking about you. I try just to be very like
you're very hands-on. It's really nice because I have a lot of friends.
That's how we got pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have friends, and like I've seen people that like have gotten like pregnant and like they don't have that, and it's hard because it is hard on the woman. Like I don't know how women like go to the office every day while they're like in their first trimester, because it is rough. Like that is,
you were sick like daily.
That like it's a whole different ball game. Like I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I was like, pregnancy is gonna be easy, silly girl.
Well, it makes you really like appreciate the fortunate situation that we're in, where we're like, hey, if you need to
work from home or be home, I can.
If you need to just focus on the pregnancy, like you can, or if I need to stay home with you, I can. If I need to get off work early,
when I was like sick, you would like come take care of me. Like when I was like not feeling good, like during the day, you'd like leave the office, and like even though I didn't want to eat anything, he'd come bring me something to eat. Like,
that's what when we finally told the people here at the office, I was like, all right, guys, like my new schedule's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna be here in the morning, and then I'm probably gonna dip out because I'm gonna be in like helping Taylor mode for the second half of the day.
Yeah. Because you were like, because even though I didn't want to eat anything, he was still very adamant of like, you need to eat. And I was so like, I can't eat this. Like I can't eat anything. Like I feel so sick.
Yeah.
And you were like, not forcing me to eat, but you were like, your body needs it.
You need nutrients.
Yeah, your body needs it. Like the baby needs it. Like you need to fuel yourself.
Listen, guys, I already had to basically keep Taylor alive with like vegetables, greens powder, water.
I eat a lot of vegetables
protein.
without you.
Now I've had to kick it up 10 notches to make sure. But I think overall the pregnancy has been, now they're out of the first trimester, we're kind of like out of the woods a little bit.
Yeah.
I hear the first and the last are like the roughest.
I'm still tired.
Yeah.
And like I'm still trying to get my energy back, but it's definitely like a lot better than it was that first trimester. That first trimester was a doozy.
Yeah. How do you feel about everyone's like reaction? So all of our friends and family, we've told.
I think everyone.
Now we told the world.
Yeah, we have told the world. I think friends and family. I think the friends and family side, like extremely supportive, extremely happy for us. Like everybody knew how much we wanted it, so it was.
Everyone was surprised too.
Yeah, everyone was surprised. Like everyone knew we were trying, but like I don't think they thought it was going to happen that quickly either. Like my parents cried, but I think it was because I'm their baby, and like your mom cried obviously, but like we are the babies of the family, so like their last kid is having a kid now, and it's like a weird experience, I feel like. And I think even online, like I was really like nervous because like you never know, like there's like how we talked earlier, there's people that are gonna like say crazy things and horrible things like once we get pregnant, but like everyone was so extremely supportive and like so happy and like congratulated us on this next chapter. So I mean, it couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think everyone was surprised, and just it's definitely good that we have it out in the world now, because it was stressful to like
hide it.
You know, it's like, oh, why isn't Taylor in as much of your videos? You know, right now it's like, oh,
Why
that's because
aren't you-
she's
yeah.
dead on the couch. You know.
Yeah, and like people were like, you haven't been posting on Instagram stories. Like, not that I posted a lot, but I was very active on social media, and I stopped completely. And like,
Yeah.
even my family, like I didn't want to like go out with them. I didn't want to go see them and go to dinners. Like I just wanted to like literally be a couch potato.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why am I not drinking margaritas? Like all these different things. Like what's going on with her? So it was good. And like honestly, a lot of my clothes, like not that like they didn't serve. Like I'm now like in the stage where like things are like really tight. Like I can still wear some things, but like everything's really tight. Because I'm in the middle of I'm about to be.
You're bumping.
I'm bumping. I'm about to be 5 months, which is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be half baked.
We, in like 2 weeks from right now, we find out the gender. We don't know the gender.
Yeah. So we were supposed to do it earlier, and then David and Julia, when we were supposed to go to Spain for the baptism of Sophia, but
we did their reveal.
We did their reveal, and so they're doing our reveal. So our reveal got pushed to April.
April 6th is when we're finding out.
Yeah.
So on April 7th, I believe I'll upload the video on Monday of that vlog. But we're gonna find out the gender. What do you think it is?
I think it's a girl.
I think it's a girl.
Everyone else, like, besides, I think my sister thinks it's a girl, but everyone else, I think, in my family thinks it's a boy.
I think, as a man, I definitely would love for the first child to be like my firstborn son. I absolutely want a son. Like, we will keep having children until we have a boy. Until we have a boy, like 1,000%. But I tell you all the time that I will be really excited if it is a girl. Because
we just wanted the kid to be healthy. That's all I care
Yeah,
about.
a happy healthy kid's all you know. It's really a 50-50 shot. But if it's a girl, I'm excited for like that challenge of kind of the unknown, and then you're going to be so much in your element. Not that you wouldn't be with a boy, but
I see myself more as a boy mom, just like with sports and everything. Like I love that, and I see myself more as a boy mom. But I'm really excited to be a girl mom.
Yeah,
just because my relationship with my mother. And like that's one of the most special relationships with me, I love her endlessly, and she's one of my favorite humans, and
mine too.
I know, and we've done everything together, and like she was my best friend growing up, so like I want that with my daughter. I'm not going to obviously force her to have that relationship with me, but I'm excited to like create that relationship.
Yeah, I'm excited,
and we can go shopping.
Yes. I'm excited for fatherhood. I'm excited to be parents. I'm excited to do it with you. I couldn't imagine.
You're gonna be the best dad.
Thanks.
Like you're so sweet and kind and understanding, and like I just see you with like other people's like you haven't been around that many kids, but like I just see you with like even my niece and nephew, and you're just so kind to them and attentive.
It's gonna be even crazier when it's your own child.
I know.
It's going to be wild. Are we publicly telling people the name ahead of time? Or
I think I said it drunkenly in one of our Q&As before.
Forever ago?
Yeah, in Mexico.
Should we just tell them? Or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
But we're not saying middle names yet.
We're not saying middle names?
No.
Okay. So the baby, whether it's a girl or a boy, is going to be Charlie. Charlie for a girl, Charlie for a boy. And this is completely your idea, but you wanted to pay homage to my dad, which is like, I mean, when you said that, I was like, oh wow, like we don't need to do that. And you're like, no, I really want to do it.
I think it's important.
And which was another reason why she's so great. And so Charlie loved the name for a girl. You have some friends named Charlie.
Yeah, one of my best friends, her name is Charlie. And I was like, you're going to think I'm naming our child after you.
Nick Bear's daughter is
also
named
Charlie. Yeah. It's not named after y'all. It's family. But I just love the name Charlie. I think it's a cute name. And
I think it's super cute.
It's always just kind of like, it's always been there.
And as a boy, so my dad's name was Charles. we originally was going to call him Charlie, but then we've had two people that have made comments that
I think if it's a boy, it needs to be Charles, and we just call him Charlie.
Yeah, but also like Charlie Munger, Charlie Sheen. I don't know if he's a good bird, but I mean, but here's the thing.
Charlie Chu.
Isn't Chase's
Charles is his middle name.
Is his middle name
Dean Charles.
So if my brother's kid, my nephew, so if my nephew's middle name is Charles, is that weird to call our baby Charles? No? Is it like we're both paying homage to Pops?
Yeah, y'all are both paying homage to your father. It's both of your dads.
It is.
It's not just one of your dads.
So we're not doing Charlie. It's going to be Charles. We'll call him Charlie.
If you want to keep it Charlie, I'm fine with just keeping it Charlie. But like I mean,
we had two people made the comment. And they're like, the comment. I'm not gonna say who it was. But they said like, hey, when they get older, they want to be called Charlie. What if they want to be called Charles? I'm like, I think you should be proud of your name, whatever it is.
Max, 2 X's.
My dad didn't even go by Charles. He went by Chuck.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. We'll see what happens when we find out the gender.
Yes.
We'll decide then.
Either way, baby Charlie.
Baby Charlie, baby C.
Charlie Chew.
Charlie Chew.
Charlie Tuning.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get made fun of, but called you little Charlie Chew?
No.
Actually, they won't be if they're like, hey, Charlie, oh, your dad's the candy guy. Y'all are the candy parents? Can we have some sour strips?
Yeah, my nephew, literally, this is what our kids are going to do. Our kids are going to...
Our nephew's slinging sour strips at his middle school.
But he became popular in the middle school because of us.
He's like, yeah.
We're known as the popular aunt and uncle.
He came up to me at the game yesterday and he goes, the first thing he says to me, he's like, hey Max, what's up? Like gives me a hug and then he's like, I've made $500 selling sour strips.
He's crushing it.
I'm selling the bites for $5 a bag.
He's
like, you're gonna get in trouble.
You have to be proud of him though. Like,
oh no, yeah, for sure.
He's gonna become a millionaire, billionaire, and buy back sour strips from Hershey's. It's his dream. It's his destiny at this point. If he doesn't, he's gonna be a professional athlete because he's 11 and he's already 5'9".
Yeah, he's
huge. And he's gonna become a professional athlete and buy back the candy company, and all is right in the world.
Full circle
moment.
No, I'm excited for little baby Charlie.
I am too.
You know, the comment you made earlier, it is true that this is the last time that it's just going to be us.
Mm-hmm. I know I have to remember that. I like everything we do. I like soak it in. I'm like, this is the last time.
Even before we got this little hellion Dolly,
you would tell me that.
I would sit with Taylor on this like bench. We go on a walk with like just us and Dude, and I would say, hey, like actually think about this. I was like, we're going to remember in the future of the time when it was just like you, me, and Dude. Like, and it's going to be not like, oh, those were like the good old days, but it's just going to be like.
They were the golden years.
It was like a chapter in our life that now is closing. Yeah. Like once we get Dolly, we're going to remember when it was just us, Dude. And then we're going to.
Padlocked shut, unfortunately.
Yeah, now it's, yeah. But
she
now.
added a little spice into it.
No, Dolly's great. I just give her a hard time. But even with the dogs and stuff and. Like now this whole next chapter of life, but we're like open to it. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I think we were always meant to be parents. We have like an aura that screams parent.
Mom and freaking dad.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be the good cop, bad cop?
I think I'm bad cop. You're definitely good cop.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be the one that's not gonna let them.
No,
if they get in trouble, I think I'm gonna like be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But if they want to do stuff, I'm going to say no. Like if can we have a party at the house? Or like, I'm going to go to this party at this person's house. You're going to be like, oh yeah, sure. And I'm going to be like,
no,
I want to know who the parents.
Let me say, let's talk to your dad first.
Nice.
I don't make any decision without you there.
Yeah. We've had a lot of conversations about like, it's kind of like if the kid comes up and says like, hey, can I do this thing? And then one of us is like, did you ask your mom or dad? And if they said, did you ask your mom? And like, yeah, she said no. Then I have to respect what you said.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like, she's tripping. Go ahead and do it. Whatever you want, kid.
And that's why our kid doesn't grow up humble and kind.
No, I think we're really aligned with how we want to raise the child,
Charlie.
Yeah, raise Charlie. They're gonna watch these maybe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Charlie, you better be on your best behavior.
Don't do crack.
I
don't know why result is goes straight to crack.
I need to tally every time you say crack in this episode.
Another little one to go. Crack, 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 crack. Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care. No, I'm ready for adulthood, parenthood.
I think so too. But I do think I'm gonna be bad cop. You're definitely good cop.
I think we'll figure it out. I mean, we're finishing up building this house, which we're like planning for all these kids, and we're excited for that. I mean, we can give a little house update. We're close to starting almost.
Yeah.
And you know where we're moving. So we live in like Sugarland, Missouri City right now, and we're moving to an area called Fulshire. Mm-hmm. And Fulshire is as of 2025, it is the fastest growing suburb in the country. Yeah. Like, so where it's a really rapidly growing area. They're building out all this stuff, and we're really excited because it's going to be like almost this new start to what we're doing. Like, we're going to have,
it's going to be a different chapter. I could possibly, like, we'll probably have like a 2-year-old by then. I could possibly be pregnant again, which is wild. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited. The neighborhood's fantastic. Like, the area's great. Like, it's really close to my other family, and like, which makes it even better.
That was like the biggest reason why we're even moving there versus we really like Austin.
Yeah, but I wanted to move to Austin.
Yeah, but what's crazy is she was fine with moving to Austin because our David and Julie live there, and we like the hill country out there, and we like the lake.
I love the area.
But I was actually not more adamant, but I was like,
you wanted to stay because of our family.
I wanted to stay because I was like, hey, it's not just your niece and nephew anymore. It's my niece and nephew, and like I grew up of having such a disconnected with like my, my mom and dad splitting up, and then the kids moving around, and like, so I lived the like scattered family life, and seeing you have this like really tight knit, close family is like not only super rare, but I have never really seen it or experienced to that level, right? It's like when we went on the hayride, your sister-in-law was like, yeah, this is like the 12th year we've done this, and I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. Like I don't have a 12-year tradition. And I was like, I don't want to be the thing that came into your life that like broke this like family dynamic that you have.
No, my parents were probably like, oh my God, thank God she moved back home. Because I was I was out of there.
I like hanging out with them so much.
Yeah, you do. They love you. I mean, like, you and my mom are very close.
Mm-hmm. Your mom watch these?
Yeah. Oh, my whole family does.
Hey, Janice.
Hey, Kesslers.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
But no, we're like super stoked to start on the house. I've gone through it like a fine-tooth comb in terms of like the layout, and
he's in charge of the layout. That was his like expertise in like his area. He knew what he wanted, and I just kind of let him do his thing. I'm more like the design and like aesthetic behind it all.
But here's the thing, like the way that the house is going to turn out, which is going to be sick. Every single thing that besides crystal chandelier in like the closet, I'm like, no, that's a little too, maybe on your island, but
I have a really cool light fixture for us. Me and Chris and I already agree.
Besides those, every single photo, video, inspo thing you've showed me of home, or like, hey, this is like what I'm thinking, has been 10 out of 10. Love it, every single thing.
Yeah.
There's not been one single thing.
Yeah.
That besides an all crystal chandelier.
Yeah.
Don't like that. But so if you see it, you'll know if I folded. If there's a crystal chandelier,
it's okay to have a crystal chandelier as long as it's not like a feminine crystal chandelier. Like, you can do a crystal chandelier that's really cool and like artistic and like more like modern and unique looking.
I trust you.
Yeah,
I'll trust you. I've trusted you so far.
Nothing in the house is like, there's no part of the house that's like very feminine. I would say that it's a lot more raw and rustic. And like it's very organic and natural, everything that we're planning for the house. I wouldn't say the only thing that's going to be feminine is going to be like the Pilates room. Mm-hmm. That's like the only feminine area. I'm assuming that most of you watched the vlog, so you've seen our current house. It's going to be the complete opposite of that. Yeah. So it's like our house is like gray, monochromatic, black, which is white. Wild, because that's so opposite of like my style. And like that. Well, I'm not going to change the flooring when you moved in. No, but like, not even that, but like you went gray and black on every aspect. Every aspect that you could go gray and black on in that house, you did. You just don't think about it. Like it was like when we're doing the bathroom. But at that time, like when you did it though, it was like that was what was really in. I know. And then like certain things I wish I didn't do, like
when we were doing like the bathrooms and all that, it's like, hey, do you want to use the same like cabinet color and like countertops as like everywhere else? And I'm like, yeah, let's make it all match. And now I'm like, oh, you can make this area different than other areas and have like different styles. So
I mean, the house is stunning.
Yeah, the current house.
Yeah, you crushed
Thanks.
it.
Yeah, but we're super stoked for this new house and plan on being there a long time. And we're also planning on it being like the house that everyone like is at. So that's why we're making it kind of like so over the top with like just like the features that it has, because this is a house for people to come and hang out at.
We already have the house where like we entertain almost every holiday. We're always throwing like get-togethers and parties for all of our friends to come over. We're always hosting something, and like people just come over all the time. So we wanted that for our house. We wanted to make sure that it was for us and for the guests, and we made a Sunday tradition that every Sunday our family is going to come over. We're going to do a dinner, like our whole family.
Yeah, we're starting a tradition in like 2 years from now.
Yeah, but
we're putting it in the books.
But you even told my parents about it.
I did.
Parents were like, "Yep, sounds
great." I was
great.
like, every weekend we should like y'all come over to our house because like
do steak or dinner or something
with a pool, the game room, like yeah.
Well, growing up, that's like what we did was like Sunday nights, like when I lived here when I was in high school and whatnot, and like growing up, and like even when I came back for college, like Sunday nights, like my entire family would come over and we would like hang out by the pool or watch TV and like the game, and my dad would make steaks, and that was like our Sunday night tradition.
Now I can be the dad that makes steaks.
Yeah, you can.
And it's crazy. I said this tradition, and I traditionally eat pizza every Sunday, and I said
we're moving pizza to Saturday.
Yeah, I'll move the pizza. I want to have family weekly night. I was like, there's no world where we all live like 20 minutes away from each other that we should be hanging out every single week.
Yeah.
All the time. Okay, well, I think this pod has been pretty cool. I wanted to kind of put the final segment. It's already been an hour. Time's flying when we're chatting.
Are there any other questions? You want to rapid throw some at me?
I haven't even started with the questions.
Just throw some at me.
None of them were the questions. Now we're starting the questions.
Start the questions.
There's a whole nother segment. Welcome to the Q&A portion. Ask this on my Instagram. Okay, have you thought about how you're going to approach schooling, public, private, homeschooling?
I really am open to private.
Not homeschooling. I ain't teaching the kids.
I don't want to homeschool because I don't want our kids to not have that experience of making friends. And like, I feel like you learn so much, and I feel like a lot of confidence comes from going to school and meeting new people.
Sweetie, I had a 2.4 GPA in high school. I ain't teaching nobody nothing.
Hey, it's okay, honey. Look at you now.
Look at me now.
But no, I really like the idea of private. Just
Why?
Because you have better control of what the kid is learning in school.
And what they're not learning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I've gotten older and I've seen the, what do you call it? The wokeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things that I'm like, oh, why are they doing this? And it's changing and evolving a little bit. At first I was more like, oh, why are we going to do private school? Private school, the kids, when I grew up, the private schools were just like the rich stuck up snobs who did a bunch of drugs. And then I was like, I went to public school. All my friends went to public school. I turned out great. But these times, they are changing.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if our kid went to public school, like high school or middle school. Maybe high school mainly, not so much middle school, because I still feel like those are such formative years. But elementary school, I find what they're learning and how they're learning.
They need to focus on what they're,
Yeah, I think it's really important, and I feel like private school is very hands-on. And I just hear a lot of great things about elementary school for private school.
I could get down. At first, I was like, just when I say the first time we talked about it, I'm talking like super early on in our relationship. I was more like, oh no, I went to public school. I turned out great. But now I'm indifferent of like whatever. But I also like I'm not like hard set like they absolutely need to go to private. But if we decide to go to private, I'm totally fine with it. Like I'm
honestly, Heidi's gonna homeschool her kids, and we can just drop our kids off at homeschool Heidi.
Did you know Heidi was homeschooled for like 8 until she was 18?
Yeah, well, no, until she went to high school.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I do love it, and like I've talked to her mom about it because I love her mom, and I've talked to her mom about it, and she's like, those are the years that like you really get to spend with your kid, and she's like, I would never change it, and I was like, I honestly like that a lot. I don't know if I can do that. Like if I can be a homeschool teacher, I just don't know if I have it.
Why don't we start with private?
Yeah, but also, if Heidi's kid's crushing it in homeschool, I'm like, Heidi, I'm coming over. we're teaching our kids
I
today.
thought you were saying, I'm coming over so you can teach me some stuff.
No,
teach me how to
I'm pretty smart.
read books good and do other stuff good too. Taylor, how are you doing with your body changing?
Not
Women need to talk about this more. I struggled.
I'm really, really struggling, and it's really hard. And it's always been hard for me gaining weight.
You are growing a human.
I am growing a human, so like I give myself a lot of grace, and like I'm trying to be patient with myself. But you have to understand. Sorry, Dolly. Oh my gosh, my leg's falling asleep, and she's on it. Sorry. It's really hard because, you know, I grew up modeling and doing pageants. And so like I've always been a specific size, and I had to be a specific size. And I was really adamant about how much I weighed. I've never weighed more than 125 pounds. And seeing that number go up really stressed me out. I try not to look at it as much. And I freaked out the first trimester because I gained 10 pounds like immediately. And I was like, what in the world? And my doctor's like, well, you are very slim, and like your body needs it. And like that was gonna happen because your body was so tiny, like it had to have nutrients. It needed it in order to hold the baby. And I was like, okay, whatever, like if the doctor says so, then that's fine. But it's really hard to see because everything I've worked for and like everything I've done like to like get to not even how small I was. I felt like before I got pregnant, I was finally really happy with how my muscle definition looked, and I worked so hard for it, working out and doing Pilates. Like I was doing 2 days, like, and I really was so happy with how I looked, and I was really excited about it. And like as soon as I got pregnant, all of that changed.
Yeah,
like everything went out the window, and it's like hard to see, and like my clothes not fitting, and nothing looks right, and like I'm not at that stage where my bump is like huge, so it's like that questionable of like, oh, did she just gain weight or is she like pregnant?
It's like when you're growing your hair out and you have that weird in between stage.
Yeah, but
it's not the same.
It's really hard, and you know, because I've always been a self-critic. Like I dealt with body dysmorphia, so I always thought I was like fatter and bigger than I actually was, and like I struggled with that mentally. Like I had it like so badly, and I still do, and I still struggle with it. But it's like I know that it's for the greater good, and that like this is just a temporary like phase of my life of me having to look like this, and like obviously having a healthy like amazing.
You look great.
Thank you, but having a healthy amazing baby is like the more important aspect of this entire situation. So like no matter what I look like or what I do, like I'm going to like make sure this baby is as healthy and as good as can be.
Yeah. For sure.
But it's been hard. It's and I wish more women talked about it, because people they're like, oh my God, being pregnant's so great and it's fabulous and I love it. And I'm like, no.
Maybe certain parts, not all, maybe not 100% of it. But
no, people love being pregnant. And I'm like, I haven't gotten to that stage where I love being pregnant. Like I don't. Like I will be honest. Like, and I don't think a lot of women are honest about that. And it's hard, because it is hard, because your whole body's changing. Like everything changes.
You look great. You're
but
gonna look great.
You have to say that.
No, I don't.
You're married to me.
I do have to say it, but I'm also telling the truth. Is having a second dog harder than you expected?
Yes.
I knew what I was getting myself into when we had Dolly, because like I was like, okay, I've been through the puppy training with Dude, but I realized that like once it started, it's been so long since I did potty training with Dude, that I was like, oh wow. I don't know, it really tests your patience a lot. I had, and Dude was a little simpler than Dolly. Dolly's taking a little longer to.
She's also a mini and a girl.
Yeah, so it's just it's. I expected it to. I was comparing the second child to the first child, and I think it's a big eye opening that you also shouldn't do that in the
Yeah.
future. But she's getting better day by day, and it's super cute and fun to see how. I thought she was almost going to be a mirror image of Dude, because that's who she's going to be around, and she's going to be calm and do other things Dude does, but she actually does crack and is just a crazy dog, but in the cutest way. We love the way she looks, the color.
Her personality is so.
It's goofy.
She's so funny, and like I call her a certified lover girl. Like she just wants to like love on you. Like she doesn't have a bad bone in her body. Like she does abuse her brother, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But she loves people, and she wants to be held and hugged, and like she wants to give you all the kisses, and like she like knows how to use her paws, and so she'll like wrap her arms around you.
Yeah, she like hugs your leg.
Yeah,
I
she,
thought
like,
she was humping me at first.
No,
but I'm
she like
no.
hugs you, and like she just wants love and attention. And I did cause that because I carried her everywhere for the first like 3 months of her being alive. But she's as hard as she has been, I am obsessed with her, and I like tell her every day, I'm like, you're so sweet, you're such a kind girl. Like I give her her little affirmations.
Yeah, she's great. Dude's loving her. He's tolerating her.
He was sad when we left him today. I think he was like, where are you going with my friend?
Yeah. No, it's great seeing them like run around together, and
yeah.
I think it's going to add more youthfulness to Dude.
It brings out a playful side of Dude that like you don't get to see often, and I think he needed that.
Yeah. What are your guys' best relationship conflict resolution strategies?
I would say Max is better at this than me because the way I handle situations,
We handle it very differently.
Very differently. I'm the type of person when I get upset or flustered, I can't speak immediately. I'm somebody that has to like take a second, take a break, and like think through it and like calm down, and like I'll get over it eventually. Like I'm the type of person that like I'm not gonna get upset, I'm not gonna get mad and like yell and like argue with you and like say things that I don't mean, and then I take things out of context. Like I'm not that type of person. Like when I'm upset, I need a moment, and it's like I'm not walking away from, and it's like I'm never walking away because like I'm like I don't want to talk to you anymore. It's because like I personally need a moment, and I always tell you that when I have gotten upset and I'm like I just need a second. Like I just need a second, I'll be okay, and then I'll be ready to talk to you. And it's like I only need like 5 minutes usually.
But
Max is like, we're done. We're talking about this now. Like we're fixing this right now, and like I love it because he doesn't ever want to like go on like angry with each other, and neither do I. But it has taken me out of my comfort zone, being like, okay, let's just open up and be raw with our emotions and like talk it out immediately.
Yeah, and I try to think of her perspective as well, but whether one of us is flustered, I'm definitely like, hey, let's talk this out right and fix it at this moment in time immediately. Like let's fix it now.
I internalize everything first.
Yeah,
but I think that's just how I was raised too, with sports and pageants and everything. Like I can't just like let out my emotions. I have to like I keep it all in and like think through it, and then once I think through it, I'm ready to talk about it.
I think conflict resolution with relationships is by far the longest relationship I've ever been in, and I think it's just important to understand like you both, especially now that we've been like married and we're kind of like this far into a relationship, like we're both kind of like doing this for the first time kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're both like learning the way that the other person is, and one thing we're really good at is I never think you should like kind of like save up ammo for the other person of like I've done this, or like like you're getting mad at me with this, but what about this thing you did for like 3 weeks ago that I didn't bring up? It's like I don't.
We don't hold resentment for each other.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's just communication.
Yeah,
we're good at talking.
You have to understand each other's communication patterns and how each other handle things emotionally, and the number one thing I would say is like you need to be understanding of the way each person handles emotions differently. Like I understand Max has to talk it out right when it happens, and he understands that I need time, and he allows me like when
which kind of butt heads.
Which we do butt heads, but like you do allow me that time. But as soon as I'm done with like that 5 minutes, like and I like figure it out and I come back to you,
then she sends me. I know it's all good when I just open up my Instagram and there's a meme already like in there about like when you overreact about something small, and he like he's really just a good guy. Like
I know
she'll
you're
send
a good
me
guy.
memes on Instagram.
Yeah, but I've never been mad at you for like hours.
No, I know.
Like
I wouldn't allow it.
No, but we work it
like 10 minutes.
We work it out, and like it's hard, and like like to be able to talk just right away about it, and like because I'm the type of person that's like I don't allow myself to really get upset at things. Like I don't, because I'm like there's no point, because like why would I allow it to affect anything or ruin anything? Like just let it, like it's a fleeting moment, let it pass. And I'm the type of person that's like I've had to learn that because of pageants and because of everything I've done in my life, and like you just let it roll off your shoulders. If something bad's going to happen, something's going to go wrong. Things aren't going to always go right. And I always just like roll with the punches, and I don't really allow it to like really affect me. And like, I will always get over what's happening. So I just don't, I just like give myself that time, and I'm like, okay, like I'm going to get over like being upset. Like there's no point, like I'm going to get over it. So might as well just like chill. And like, cause I never also want to say anything out of context or something rude, or like not be nice to you, or like us fight. And
we've never like call each other names or anything, or curse at each other.
That's a big thing too, is that like we are very respectful of each other.
You gotta be. And I look at it like, I know we're going on deep in this conversation, but I think it's, you need to understand the other person doesn't think the way that you think. Because a lot of times if you get flustered at something, in my mind, I'm like, I'm looking at it this one angle, and I'm just like, I can't comprehend why this is like bothering you.
You think a lot more logically than I do.
I think that's honestly like a man, like I think women generally
but my mom's that way too.
Emotionally like think about things, and men more like logically think about things. And it's not like to say one's better than the other, but I think I look at like, oh, here's the problem, A, B, and C is our solution.
You're really good at problem solving.
Well, it's like if something comes up that like is like upsetting you, I go, okay, well here's the three things that like can happen, like either A, B, or C, and like here's what happens if A happens, B happens, and I just try to like be patient and understand that like she may not think the way I am because she's a different person, and you shouldn't expect the other person to be like exactly what you want them to be. You need to let them be who they are, and then everything bonds together. Okay. Will you ever go on an official honeymoon? We get asked this a lot. We're going to do a baby moon. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. I just want to be on a beach. I want my toes in the sand and belly out.
Okay. Well, we need to, I think around like June.
I think June, because I don't think I'll be able to travel in July.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because we always travel on my birthday.
Yeah. I think with, not like I've been putting off a honeymoon, whatever, but
we've just been so busy.
Yeah. And we're also like fortunate to the point where like, we can travel if we're like, oh, we want to go. I didn't need it to be like this really specific planned thing.
We also didn't really want to go on a honeymoon because I know I personally was taxed. Mm-hmm. Like before the wedding, we had traveled so much that you went Premier Platinum, or what were you? You're 1K.
Now I'm 1K.
Yeah, you're 1K. Like we had traveled so much, and I was like, I can't even think about going anywhere, especially after the wedding. I was emotionally drained, like physically drained. Like we had just done so much, and it was go. I was like, I just want to like hang out at home, have a weekend to ourselves, because we haven't had a weekend to ourselves. And like holidays coming up, we're getting a puppy. Like that's what I want to focus on. Like we travel and we live such a cool life already. Like we don't need to go somewhere to like celebrate our love. Like we do that every day.
But we're gonna soon. Have you decided on a routine of who does what, like nighttime, wake up, feeds? We haven't really gotten that far.
We haven't really gotten that far. Obviously, it's going to be different because I'm going to be breastfeeding, and that's kind of just like my role. And
we are planning on getting a night nurse.
We're going to have a night nurse to help. Probably not every night, but like 2 or 3 times throughout the week to like help with like sleep. And I'm
down to ever help as much as it like helps us like,
and like because it helps the baby get on a schedule. And I know everyone's like, don't try to get the baby on a schedule. No, like it's good for the baby to have a schedule to like learn how to go to sleep and when to eat and like have that routine. And a lot of people that I've talked to that have had kids like recommend it, and they're like, it was the greatest thing to happen to me because like it allowed, especially the wife, like to have that moment to sleep and like take care of themselves, because again, you can't pour from an empty cup. Like a lot of women, like it's a full-time job on top of everything else they're doing. Like,
yeah.
I can't imagine.
I mean,
and you're already exhausted.
I think it's not going to be like, okay, Taylor will handle all of these aspects of the child. I think we will help each other as much as we can, and we both understand that we both have tasks in our relationship, our responsibilities, and we both pull our weight. And like, I think, especially as the child, like your main priority is, taking care of the child. Mm-hmm. And I said this the other day, I was like, and my main priority is taking care of you. Yeah. And like, so you focus on the child, I focus on what you need to help you. And,
But that doesn't mean that he's not saying that, and he doesn't mean that he's not going to help me with the kid. Like he is going.
Helping you is helping with the child.
No, I know, but like you are going to be very hands-on. Like, you want to be a part of the kid's
Yeah,
life.
and it's like if you need
Rest.
rest, if you need to take a break, like I'm probably gonna force you to take breaks. It's like no, like give me the baby,
Yeah.
go take a nap, go relax, go do
because this is like,
go do something for yourself.
This is both of our thing now. Like, it's being a parent is just like not just a one person job. It takes two people.
She wants to be a mom. I want to be a dad. You know,
we're gonna do it together.
Yeah, we're gonna do it together. She knows that I have like things that I have to do to make sure that we can, you know, have the things that we do. And like, it's a balance and
something I really admire about our relationship is, and I've noticed that we do, is like when you're 80 or like when I'm 20, you always will be my 80, or when you're 20, I'm your 80. Like, we pick up where each other needs, and like we will, like, if you don't have the energy to do something, or something's not, like, you don't have it in you to like have the energy or like be there for something, like I pick up for that.
Yeah.
And like vice versa, you do the same for me. And it's like, it's a really cool balance that we have, that we're able to like help each other in both ways, like in both aspects of our life and like work and everything. It's a really good like thing that we have.
Yeah, we're pretty fucking cool guys. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Are you starting to decorate, plan for a nursery in the current house? This is something I have not talked about, but
yes,
this was my suggestion, not Taylor's, because I already know the internet's gonna have a field day.
let's not talk about where it is.
I don't mind.
I mind.
The people are gonna see it in like soon.
Okay.
So my office is like 10 feet from our bedroom, and so we're gonna change my office into the nursery.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move my office upstairs.
Yeah.
And Taylor was like, "Oh, we can put the nursery upstairs," but I was like, I'm not gonna want to go up and down the steps, and this makes sense. It's right there. But she was like, "No, that's your office. Like that, I don't want to take this away from you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's not even it's not a like. Let me think about it. It's like, yeah, for sure. Like this helps us and the baby, and
He
it's like
loves his office.
I do, but it's just a desk, and like I can put that shit anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna make my current office into the nursery. You're gonna make it super cute.
Yeah, I already have aesthetics for each one, if it's a boy or if it's a girl. Very cutesy.
Very cute. Lots of golden doodle themed stuff.
Lots of golden doodles.
We bought these like
lamps.
These anthropology golden doodle lamps.
They're so cute.
They are really, really cute. Will you stay up with the baby and let Taylor sleep in, kind of like what you're doing with a little bit with Dolly? Yeah, I mean that kind of goes back to what we said. Like if she needs rest, yeah, it's not gonna be like, no, this is Taylor. It's your clock. You're supposed to be on this time. I'm doing this at this. No. It's like no. And yeah, I'm pretty fluid with like my day and like what I can do.
Yeah. We have the luxury to like be able to do that.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Taylor, this would be good. What are your thoughts and philosophy on money? I just like the stock.
I just like the stock. In what way?
Like, how do you think about money?
I think money's a fickle thing, but I also, you know me, like I'm not somebody that like splurges. I don't buy a lot of stuff. Like I don't buy a lot of stuff. I don't buy a lot of like designer things because I don't think I need it. Like if I want something and I need it, then I'll get it. But like we talked about earlier, there was something that I wanted and I was like, do I buy it now and spend like what it originally cost, or like do I wait until it's 30%
Yeah,
off?
in 3 weeks it's gonna be on sale. I was like, yeah, wait on sale. She's like, you're right. That's what I was thinking of.
But like I don't like money scares me. And like I don't
get stressed like talking about it.
I get stressed talking about like, my anxiety is probably like shooting up right now on my Aura ring. Money, I've seen so many people where like money comes in and then it doesn't stay. And like I've seen people waste money and I've never been that way. Like even when I was younger, like I would keep every dollar that my parents would give me. And like I never want, like my sister would always spend all her money so quickly. And I was like, no, like I'm going to save it for something that I really, really want, or and like I was really big on saving and I never wanted to like buy a lot of things. And like, obviously like I buy things that I like if I need it. And like obviously right now, like nothing fits. So I'm buying clothes because I need something to wear, but I'm not spending like $300 on like a pair of jeans and like $400 on t-shirts. Like I'm very like smart with that. And I don't ask for anything. I've never asked for anything.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people, I don't know if people think that you have, but there has not been a single time in our relationship where you've asked me to buy like a fancy thing.
Yeah,
like,
because if I wanted it, I bought it with like my money, or like I don't know. I don't think it's my place to ask you for those things.
yeah, you've never been like, can you buy me
A handbag?
Yeah, never, not even in the same realm. And the only time, and you've never like come home with like a handbag or
No.
like a luxury pair of shoes. The only time you've ever bought anything was when we were in Vegas. You bought like a $300 tiny little Gucci ring.
Yeah.
That I think you've lost.
No, I haven't.
You do? Little heart?
Yeah, the heart. I need to get my fingers too small, so I need to get it.
Oh.
I need to take it to Danny.
But that's the only like
Yeah.
bougie thing I've ever seen. I'm trying to think. I
like have really nice things and I buy expensive things, but it's not like I'm not coming home with like a Gucci bag, a Louis bag. Like when I buy designer bags, or when I would buy designer bags in like the past, like I bought it because it was a special occasion. I don't buy it just because I wanted the bag and like I went to a store and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. Like each bag has a meaning behind it, a story behind it. Like whether I won Miss Texas or I was graduating college or I graduated high school, or like it was like a family heirloom. My mom gave it to me. Like each bag and each like piece of designer product that I have. The only thing designer that I would say that I like ball out and just buy randomly is like sunglasses, which I stopped doing since I lost my Celine sunglasses in Iceland. I was like, I'm done. Like I gave myself that shot to buy designer, and I'm not doing it anymore. Like why would I lost it? I left it. Like I'm not going to do that. Then you surprised me with them for Christmas this year, which is really nice. But no, when I want to buy something designer, I do a lot of research, and I never buy the product that's like super popular or super hip right now. I know what I want. And like I have a list of the things, like I have like a dream wish list, obviously, it's like on my Rolodex, but I only buy them for things that I think are really monumental.
I spend way more money
Yeah,
on
you do.
random shit than Taylor does.
Yeah, you do.
By a dramatic amount.
I buy random things for the house. Like I get a ton of Amazon packages, but it's always for the house.
17 times a day.
But it's always for the house.
No, I know.
They're always house, like stuff for like either new sheets, new pillows, new bedding, like towels. Like I buy random things for the house all the time. But like
She always asks me every single like today. She's like, she's like, can you like, is it fine if I get the like new like comforter? I'm like, sweetie, anything that you think is gonna make the house cooler or like more comfortable or like change the vibe up, like let's go. Like every time.
I know, but I just like I want you to like. I talk about these things with you.
Yeah.
And like we had said, like if I was gonna buy anything like crazy, like a crazy purchase, like if I was gonna go buy a Chanel bag, I would talk to you. If I was gonna go buy like something like a diamond something, I would talk to you.
Yeah, I'm not coming home and she's like, got some new Hermes pillows for the couch. They fit the vibe.
I do want my.
She'd be like, look what I found at Target. It was only $10 and I had a coupon.
I love a good deal. I love a good deal.
How many? We got a couple more. How many kids do you want, and what will be the age gap?
I think 3 is like the limit.
She comes from 3. I come from 3.
I think 3 is a good number.
We're both the baby, by the way.
Yeah, we are both the baby. I think it's a good balance. My dream would be to like this first one be a boy, and then my dream would to have twin girls would be my dream. Like that is like everything I've wanted.
Or if it's a girl, we have twin boys.
I don't know if I want twin boys.
What?
No,
I wouldn't want 2 little identical little things of me.
No, I would want like an older boy and then a younger boy. I think I want 1 girl.
Yeah.
I either want 1 girl and 2 boys or 2 twins. Like I want twins and then 1 boy.
Or what if we had a boy and then a girl?
I think I'd be done.
You think we'd cap out?
Yeah. Because I have the best of both worlds.
I don't want to tell them to cancel one of these bedrooms in our new house.
No, because we have so many family members that come.
They all
over.
live 10 minutes down the street.
No,
they're not staying at our house.
Your mom.
Actually, yeah, they have too many margaritas.
May and Chase.
My mom's moving down the street.
Brittany.
Yeah, you're right. No, we're not. No, we're not. But yeah, I think 3 kids.
3.
3. No,
and
no
that's like
more
one of my
than
favorite
3.
Numbers. 3.
I've told. Is this too much information? Like when we have 3, snipping.
Yeah. Bye.
I'm done.
See you later.
Yeah, I'm not even risk 3 kids. But what if we have the 3 and I'm like, I want 7?
I'm gonna say absolutely not.
You're like, then you can have them.
You can carry them. No.
Hey, Arnold Schwarzenegger did it.
I think that's just a lot.
No one's gonna get that reference. He was pregnant in a movie.
Okay.
Okay. Last question. Last question for the pod.
Dude's coming in on this one. Come on, dude.
Dude always knows when we're like wrapping up. How is he gonna get up there? Oh, he's. Hey man. Okay. Broke up 8 months ago. Don't feel like opening my heart again. Tips. Appreciated, Max. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't rush it. Give yourself time. Like, if you don't feel like you're ready, you're probably not ready. I think, like, even though it's 8 months ago, like, a relationship, like, people cope in different ways, and, you know, give yourself as much time and grace as you need to get through it and, like, feel better about yourself and in the situation. And being single, there's so much greatness in being single, because that's when you truly get to know yourself, get to understand who you are. Like, you learn a lot about yourself, and you can develop in ways that you can't when you have a partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like when I was single before we got together, and I think too, like, you being single, like, you worked on yourself and you worked on who you were as a person and, like, what you needed, and you understood that, and you understood your wants and your needs as a person, and you worked on, like, you were very self-aware about who you were and how you handled things. And I think that comes from being single, and, like, you find that while being single. So don't rush it. And honestly, like, don't feel like you need to keep up with other people, even though they're in relationships, and that's, you're like, I think that's what I need to be doing. Like, no, take your time. Like, you were single for what, 7-8 years?
Yeah.
And, like,
and I turned out great.
no, like, but you took the time to, like, do what you needed to do for yourself. And that's so important, because then when you were ready for that person and you were ready to take that next step and be in a relationship, you were able to give the best version of yourself and to give your all to your partner. And I think that's important.
Yeah, I think this was a guy asking this. I mean, I think this is like with a grain of salt, but especially if, like, if you're in your 20s,
Max is like,
don't sweat it.
Max is gonna be like, the best way to get over somebody is to get, well, I guess you're a guy.
Under someone else. Is that what they say?
Yeah. I was gonna say you're a guy, so you're gonna get on top of somebody else.
What a man thing to say.
I thought that's what you were gonna say. I was like, oh gosh.
No, first I'd be like, I mean, it's easier to say this, and you never let the right one go, but, like, especially in your 20s as a guy, like, focus on yourself, king. Build your business, like, focus on yourself, because, like, the 30s is really when I can't even begin to explain it. But I will say, coming from a lot of experience, I've had my heart broken, been single for a long time, and I guess what I painted the picture of just women in general, I respected them so much that I stayed completely away from them, right? I basically assumed that every previous relationship was exactly what the next relationship was going to be, because I kept having multiple poor ending relationships. So it was like, okay, another one, this is how they're all going to be. And it's really easy to get in that mindset. But as someone who's seen the light and come out on the other side, is like, I would think that it was just going to be impossible to meet the right person. And for the first time in my life of, like, actually meeting what I like to think of like a soulmate, of just someone that you're, like, actually supposed to be connected with and finding, like, the one, I really do think that there is someone special out there for everyone. And until you meet that person, it's impossible to understand, because I didn't understand it until I met you, until I met the person that was, like, that we were supposed to meet, right? And it's going to happen when you least expect it. It's going to happen out of nowhere, and it just takes patience. And I think, but put yourself out there, spend time with your friends, spend time building your business. I think probably what a lot of people, this is just a little fun, but, like, I think a lot of people, it's like, if you are going to get broken up with or whatever, then become the best version of yourself after that, so that your ex is looking and being like, man, I screwed up. Look how look how great a shape they're in, how happy they are, whether it be their business, they're having a good time. But just focus on yourself, know?
Yeah. That's the best thing you can do.
And I'm telling you, before you know it, you'll be going to some Halloween party, and some sexy senorita is going to come over and just put her hands around your throat and take a picture with you, and then go out and drink some margaritas, and you're going to fall in love. Yeah. And that's how I met your mom, Charlie.
That is how you met. Oh, it's really cute. Good luck, Charlie. Love ya.
Wait, good luck, Charlie.
It's a show. It was a Disney show. Those way after your time.
You're showing your age.
You're showing your age.
You're a towel. Okay, guys. I think that's going to wrap up this episode. How did you feel this episode went?
Good. I missed you guys. I haven't been on it's been 5 months since I've been on.
I know. I mean, I've never done the 4 I'd have with David. I was like, we could bring you in for some episodes. I want to do an episode with like
me and Heidi.
Yeah, whether it be just with the girls asking some girl questions, guy questions, then we could do some couple stuff.
I feel like Heidi. I think Julia, David, and I would be really fun, and I think Heidi, Christian.
Listen, I know this podcast is so cool that everyone just really wants to be on the show. Okay, but trust me, there's just.
I didn't ask to be on this. You asked me.
I know.
You're milking me.
Man,
I know what you were gonna say. you
can milk anything with nipples.
Can you milk me faster?
One time I said you can milk anything with nipples, and then she's like, I have nipples. Maxie milk me. I was like, Taylor, you can't say that part of the joke. You can't say that. Okay. That is going to wrap up this episode of Don't Be Sour. We're getting back to our normal scheduled stuff next week. So we're going to film an episode with Guma and Joe, and then probably just be back to that debauchery. Yeah. Hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. Make sure you... What? Say something.
Did you say debauchery?
Debauchery.
Debauchery? It's not. I don't think it's debauchery.
Wow, guys. If any of y'all made it to this part of the thing, let Taylor know how wrong she is.
What does it mean?
I mean, there's democracy.
No.
Debauchery. Debauchery. Samsonite. I'm 99% certain that I'm saying that word right, so I don't know. But I'm 70% certain that that word she said is not an actual...
baby brain.
Debauchery?
You lose.
That's not a word.
You lose 7% of your brain when you're pregnant. It's gone. It's out of here.
All right. Well, if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below. If you're on any sort of podcast streaming service, give us a 5-star review. Don't know what it does, but I think it helps. New episodes every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, unless you don't get one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Eat more sour strips.
And ever forward.
Woof.
We're out.
I'm hungry. I might just go order the Domino's pizza right now.
Crazy guy.